Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. I'm Justin Wagner. This is TeamODZ Live. We got Wagner's Wagon and RGT today, and we got a team bus. We got Whoopa with us. We're in matching jerseys. I just don't have as cool of a headband as Ufer, so forgive me for not being as cool.
I could lend you one, but you're a bit far away.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We got like 12 of them. Do you swap them out mid-ride?
Well, I used to. I don't do that anymore. I have all the old ones that are broken. There's sort of a rim for the sweat across the head, and that breaks. So I don't use them outside, then I use them inside for some reason. Anyway, where the weather is a little bit drier over here, we have easterly wind, so it's more pleasant than it was the last couple of weeks. Lions living in light.
My camera look a little dark today to you?
No, actually not.
Okay.
I mean, mine is more bright. I put on front light that I don't use all summer, so if you're comparing, that might be it.
Good morning, Ben.
Morning, Ben.
Ooh. We're not lapping somebody already, are we? Or who's up ahead? Let's see.
No, wasn't it Lions just pushing off? Yeah, it's Lions who took the sprint.
Oh.
He was out there at 6.5 for a long time.
Okay. I was screwing around with my cameras, my camera color. That's why I didn't see it. Doing good, Ben. Doing good. When I first read his message, I thought he said, "How's you ladies doing today?" It says, "How's you laddies?" Difference.
Oh, I read it the same way. But I need an eye operation, so it's pretty obvious what's happening. Yeah, I'm getting used to the rough comments after we were told to shape up yesterday by Denise.
I just figured he was making fun of us, because that's what the hecklers always do.
No, but Ben is a long-time fan. He's not heckling with us.
Right. Such a long-time fan, he might need to grease his bearings. Hey!
I'm sure Kev will be along later to heckle with us. He's a long time something, I don't know the word.
Hey, thanks for liking the Facebook stream. Five weeks from tomorrow, might have his new bike. Nice. Pretty exciting, Ben. Oh, and Ben even liked the stream. Wow. I like the first one better, Ben, where you called yourself a lame-o. L-A-M-O. So lame-o. You got it, Ben. There you go. What's up, Rob? Sure, he says nothing much besides taking all the segments.
My headset's not picking up.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I think that works now.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Okay, tight. Hey, you know what? I use Apple TV, and the ODZ banners were all blurry.
Yeah, it's Apple TV bug. It's not our banners.
Okay.
You have to use a real computer, Rob.
Oh, I like the Apple TV.
It's simple. Yeah. Yeah, I have this machine here I use. Actually, even while I'm writing, I have it running. There's this cryptocurrency called Picoin that's not even publicly traded yet. So it's technically worth nothing. But I'm running its blockchain. Because I'm a nerd. Let's just be honest.
Is Kim Kardashian pushing that Bitcoin?
Good one.
No. Oh, funny. Hey, what's up, Andy Lawton? This is Borrego Springs welcomes Dad's Jokes.
Well, Justin came clean yesterday, so cycling is the only way his wife is going to let him play computer games, so that's why he cycles.
Yeah. This person was on with us yesterday saying, "Man, you guys aren't breathing very hard." And I said, well, yeah, of course, because we're old, we're washed up, and riding our bikes indoors is the only way we can convince our wives to let us play computer games with our friends. So, so we're getting a workout, aren't we, Oofer?
Yeah, workout.
Oh, man. It's not that bad. They must be like over compressing the images before they send them to Apple TV for some reason.
Yeah, it's only the banner there.
Yeah.
You know, the regular graphics are all good.
Maybe the compression algorithm they're using it just can't handle that many. It puts it so many few pixels wide or something.
It almost looks like it's not scaled correctly.
Yeah.
So maybe Apple renders dimensions differently.
Yeah. It looks supreme on PC. And I'm not some anti-Mac guy because I got plenty of iPhones, Macs, Apple TVs. After a poor harvest, why did the farmer decide to get into music? Because he had a ton of sick beats, yo. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Yesterday was slightly better because we told dad jokes and then afterwards we even explained them.
Nah. What brand of underwear do scientists wear? You know, Ufer? Without looking at the chat.
Yeah, I'm not so much into underwear, Mark, those songs.
Kelvin Klein.
Haha.
Look at this. Falling off the back on the downhill. Got to pay attention and get in the draft.
Must be all the heavy butts that goes ahead here.
Because I told them to have approximately the same weight as me. That's why they're chunky.
Oh dear. Maybe we can have Jason climb the ride next time.
They keep going left, right today.
No. I hate that, because then you have to like surge in order to move to the other side of the road.
Yep.
And get behind one of them. The weirdest one was yesterday. We had a magic road, and on some of the corners, it like Dave must not have smoothed out the corners as much, and it like did like wiggles in the middle of the corners, and so you like bounce back and forth. And if you're in first person mode, you're like getting sick.
Yeah, I was experimenting yesterday. You can now put Strava segments in your magic roads.
Nice. Come on, bot, stay stable. Let me just sit on you. Quit shifting all around.
Yeah, I feel like it's not so easy to stay on somebody's wheel as it used to be, that you get more often in that position where you're just saving, but not on a specific wheel.
Here we go again.
Oh man. It's easy to convince women to not eat Tide Pods, but it's harder to deter gents. Okay. I see what you did there. You right, Ooper? Go off the back a little?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up.
Hey, Ooper, I found a wooden shoe in my toilet yesterday. It was clogged. It was. Prisoners took their own mugshots. Would they be selfies? Ooh. Have to see it written out. Minus points for not being as well delivered orally. Ugh. People in Athens rarely get up before sunrise. Dawn is tough on Greece. No. You get that one, Ufer?
No, but I guess it's an American product for grease removal.
Dawn's a soap, kitchen soap. Welcome, Jeff Simon. Thanks for liking the stream. Glad to have you.
Bring it back.
Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them. That's a good one. I told that one to my son who plays tennis. He just shook his head in disgust. Because clearly love means nothing to him. Total David, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. I was playing chess with my friend and he said, let's make this interesting. So we stopped playing chess. Oh boy. Hey, Shaq. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Hope you're having a great day. Can't take my dog to the pond anymore because the ducks keep attacking him. That's what I get for buying a purebred dog. Ufer, did you notice the picture of the ODZ wagon I used for this week's announcement?
Yeah, how do you get the colors there? That was amazing.
Have you ever heard of AI generated art?
Nope, that's too bad for me.
There's this concept where you can type in words, and the artificial intelligence will generate an image based on your words and based on pictures that's seen in real world. So that one, I think I said, old-fashioned covered wagon in blue, orange, and black, and that's what it gave me.
Well, now I'm less impressed. But Jessin, you shouldn't give away your tricks.
I think it's fun. Because then it inspires you to go try other things and see just how silly it is. Like, I said something like, a quarterback throwing a game-winning touchdown, and they showed a football player with his arm up and a ball, but the arm was nowhere near a natural throwing position. Like, it was bent backwards and stuff. It was not natural.
I mean, I wouldn't be a retired patent examiner if people shared all their brilliant ideas.
Cop says, I'm arresting you for downloading the entire Wikipedia, and the man says, wait, I can explain everything. Speaking of which, I think Wikipedia is on one of their fundraising bouts. So I would recommend, if you like using Wikipedia at all, send them a few bucks. That's one thing that's good for society that has no commercial interests and needs donations to stay alive.
I think I only use it 5 times a day, modest.
Oh man. This year's Fibonacci convention is going to be really special. Apparently it's as big as the last two put together. No. Bad joke. If you don't know the Fibonacci sequence, I apologize. If you do, I still apologize. My landlord said we needed to talk about the heating bill. I said, sure thing, my door's always open. Depending on the time of the year, having your door always open might actually help your heating bill. Just saying. I've got my side garage door open right now, bringing in some cool air. But later in the day, it's closed.
I'm actually thinking about syncing to a US day schedule because they want to change transport cost over here in the electricity grid to times a day or per hour.
Okay.
And it's gonna be like 6 times more expensive at dinner. So if I get out of sync, I can live really cheap.
Make that retirement last forever. All you have to do is have dinner at 2:30 p.m.
Yes.
Don't retired people go to the restaurant at like 2 p.m. for dinner anyway?
Well, I haven't gotten there yet, but I'll check out the possibilities. Well, I'm actually in a rural area, and everybody here eats hot meal in the middle of the day, except me.
What do you call a sad cup of coffee? A depresso. No, not going for it.
Coffee jokes don't work on Justin.
They make me depresso. Oh no. How many clickbait articles does it take to change a light bulb? The answer will shock you. No. Don't do it. So I was, real story, looking for a single cable docking station for my laptop. One that'll give me like my monitor, network, USB, power, etc. all over like a USB-C cable. And so I found this one. I didn't realize it when I bought it. I thought I was buying a different brand, but I ended up buying this Chinese brand called TOBENONE. I think it stands for to be number one. And used it for a while. It works decent. However, randomly when the laptop goes to sleep, like overnight, when I come back and try to wake it up, my monitor's like locked up. And I've used previous docking stations with the same laptop and that doesn't happen. So I figured, oh man, this is like a weird corner case. I doubt I'm gonna get any help from support. I'm like, what the heck? Send them an email. They straight up refunded me the entire cost of the docking station and said they'd send the problem back to R&D and offered me a free shipment of another dock when it's available to test. I was like, wow. It's like a $200
docking station.
Yeah, now
you're on the payroll.
Well, yeah, it's true. And they also asked for a review of the current dock, which I gave them an honest review. which I'm very happy with it. I did explain the sleeping issue.
Sounds a bit like a Swift user.
During the pandemic, at my company, we bought thousands of stock like that.
Yeah.
They ended up catching on fire. We had to send them all back.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I wanted my kids to watch the orchestra, but I had to turn it off. Too much sax and violins. I see what you did there, Andy. Yeah, I wonder how many, if you track docking station orders through the pandemic, how many were shipped to home? Skyrocket.
Absolutely.
Probably the best docking stations made by this company called CalDigit. The CalDigit TS4. It's Thunderbolt 4 capable. Has like a bajillion interfaces on it. It does USB or Thunderbolt 4, and it's compatible with like USB 3.2. Because, like for example, Intel and Apple chips have Thunderbolt, but AMD chips do not. Probably for licensing reasons. So the AMD chips have USB instead, like USB 3.2 Gen 2.
Let's have to take a big wattage power supply.
So this one I have, I think they have a 100-watt power supply for it, and it can supply 65 watts to the laptop. So it itself could use 35 watts if it's going full bore. I don't know. It's I haven't measured it that precisely. I mean, I can look over my whole desk right now is using 35 watts, so hopefully it's not the docking station taking it all. But of course, because I'm a nerd, I actually have two separate docking stations because I have two laptops, a personal and a work one, and I have a KVM between them to switch back and forth on a super ultra wide monitor. So I had to play with cables and lengths and refresh rates to get it to run how I want. You know, swords will never become obsolete, Oofer. They're cutting edge technology. And because I'm an ultra nerd, not only do I have the two docking stations for two laptops, but then I also have a Linux desktop underneath the desk that I connect to over the network all the time. More computers! More computers.
I think we got rid of the jumpy bots.
Yeah, it's a lot more stable now. Oh, Andy, I have heard of virtualization. It's just really hard to virtualize the laptop that you carry around. Yeah, and the reason the I would have totally used virtualization for the Linux machine, but the company provided laptop they gave me only has 16 gigs of RAM. And with all the stuff I'm doing on it, I'm usually like right at the max. So throwing a VM on it is not going to happen. So they sent me a separate computer. Okay. They could have just sent me some more RAM for that machine, but the RAM's actually soldered onto the motherboard on that one. It's a Lenovo laptop. Apparently there's good reasons for doing that.
AWS Workspace. Solve your problem.
Yeah, well, they have their own virtual machines that the company provides, but here's the problem. I have a home lab, and there's no way the virtual machines in the company's network will be able to connect to my lab assets through both firewalls. That's why the machine had to be sitting inside my home network.
You just need to put your little virtual network up in Amazon.
Well, of course, a VPN, yeah. I mean, it can be done. At some point, I'm running an IT department on top of delivering engineering assets, engineering deliverables. What do you call someone who refuses to fart in public, Oofer?
Polite?
A private tutor.
I feel with the guys in your IT department, that's the worst you can have, a boss that knows what you're actually doing.
So here's an interesting case where an application was trying to be moved to a highly available architecture with like multiple machines, etc. It was being hosted on one VM, and they were porting it to, containers, many machines, etc. And they had said to us, "Hey, test this out. Make sure it works." Because of reasons, we were the last group to get in to the user acceptance testing, because time frames, blah, blah, blah. And so we basically had a week to check it before they went live. And it just so happened that one of the machines I used to connect to it, I hadn't put in its SSH key. The application uses SSH authentication, and so I couldn't connect with that machine. Okay, no problem. Go into the website, add the SSH key so it can connect. The website says, okay, yep, everything is good. And then when I try to connect with the SSH key, nothing. Still dead. Apparently, the previous application used to just copy the SSH keys down into the home directory of the one user on the VM. That doesn't work when you have a highly available architecture. And so they're like, yeah, not only could they not add new keys, they also couldn't revoke any. And not being able to revoke any, I think, was the deal killer to put the transition on hold until they solve it. But yes, having highly available applications is good, but your application has to do some behind the scenes trickery at times to make it all work. If you donate a single kidney, everyone loves you and you're a total hero. Try donating 5 kidneys and suddenly everyone is yelling and the police get called. The other interesting thing with that AI generated art is I had generated some ODZ bikes with mountain shots. I said a road bicycle, a blue, orange, and black road bicycle with a mountain background. And I got all sorts of what looked like somebody had taken a picture of their glory bike with a mountain behind it. But some of the bikes were like super weird and like didn't have like were missing important parts of the frame, or important parts of the frame were like bent weird and stuff. But none of them had disc brakes. And so then I said a road bike with disc brakes, blah blah blah. And still it wasn't able to decipher what disc brakes meant and put it on the bike. Just shows you how new disc brakes are. Well, I mean, its input is just literally like public images on the internet. So I bet you I can do this. I can show some of the images on the screen. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if I can show this one. There we go. You can see on the stream, I put in Road bicycle with carbon fiber wheels and disc brakes in front of mountain background blue, orange, black. Pretty good. See, I think I have there's another one where I filled it. You can also give it a source image and ask it to make variations of it. Pretty fun. Oh, here you go. Here's the quarterback throwing a touchdown images with arms all bent weird. And that's clearly not a quarterback. Anyway, good stuff. Fun to play with. Here we go. One more. I put in TeamODZ Wagner's Wagon virtual cycling group ride blue, orange, black. It did pretty good. But the text is hilarious. Tragzong Won. Vimashir Zhang. What the heck? Wakti Trongo. Good stuff. All right, we're about halfway. This lap will make 5 laps. 5 more to go. And of course, I sent several of those images over to Simon and said, don't worry, your job is safe for a while.
Yeah.
And then he admitted, he said, I'm not going to lie. The other day, I totally used that same website to generate some ideas for a client. He's like, I of course removed their logo from it so they wouldn't get any ideas.
Wise. But, yeah, suggestions might be so wacky that it actually tickles your innovation. So
Exactly. It's actually a pretty good idea generator. Obviously, it does much better at objects than it does people. But apparently you can say things like Michael Jordan playing tennis and stuff, and it'll take like famous people, it can recognize their names. Here we go, Ooper. Give me a prompt. I'll type it in, and we'll see what we get.
Ooh. Dutch bicycle.
That's it?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna need more than that, but hey, we'll see what we get. There's your Dutch bicycles.
Yeah, I can recognize those. Yeah, okay, but I mean, that was something you need to play a little bit with simple concepts before you start combining them, I think, to understand how the machine works. Yeah.
All right, give me something else. What do you want? Where do you want to go from here?
Whoa. So expand on this.
Let me try
Dutch
one here.
Dutch bicycles and water.
Michael Jordan riding a Dutch bicycle doing a wheelie.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, that's better.
Here you go.
That's not bad at all. Whoa.
Oh man. Did you lose your video, Ooper?
Yeah, it was a
Oh, yeah.
glitch. Now something is gone completely. Yeah, now I'm just gone.
My docking station had a glitch and then everything went crazy.
Contact the support. You might get your money back.
Well, I know the problem is the USB-C.
You should contact the EU about that. I think they're really against USB-C.
Yeah, I'll send it to the European Parliament. They can fix it.
Here we go. So let's see, I did one where I called it, let's see if I can go back as far. I said, well, why did my brother's account? Okay, I'll do it again. It says, a skinny road cyclist on a mountain juggling astronauts. What the heck? It juggles planets better than it does astronauts. You can kind of go crazy. It's pretty fun. When I first started playing with it, I was stuck on it for hours, just trying different variations. It was so thrilling. I think they give you like, the first month you sign up, you can do like 50. You could generate it 50 times. And each month after that, they'll give you 15 for free. But if you want to do more than that, you have to pay. I think it's like $15 US will give you 115 generations. It's not bad.
Better than a Swift subscription.
Yes, it's better than a Zwift subscription for sure.
You provide feedback on how well it did so it can learn and build differently?
I mean, it's in beta, so I'm sure there's some feedback mechanisms. I mean, obviously, they're basically just cramming a poop ton of images and text into a big AI and just letting it go to town. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. Didn't know if maybe they were putting some machine learning in there so it can improve, like the arm by your feedback.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't know. If they got crowdsourced feedback, hopefully it would get even better and better and better, right?
Yep.
Except all the graphic artists would be going in and giving wrong feedback to keep their jobs.
I'm sure there's a way to identify them when they log in.
Oh, Simon's here again. Don't trust his feedback. I guess people have used, I don't know if it's this exact system, but systems like it where somebody won like a county art contest with completely AI generated art. And he was like, well, hate to break it to you, but an AI generated this. And people were like, what? Got all up in arms. And there's like websites that allow artists to sell artwork. And they've had to like implement bans against AI generated artwork because people are basically just generating a bunch of different AI images and uploading them in mass to these websites, hoping people will buy them. Oh man. But I guess the copyright of the image, at least with this system, belongs to the person who put in the text that generated it. Like they're pulling from all copyright-free images or whatever.
Copyrighting your coin phrase?
No. You own the image. If you give them the coin phrase and the images that come back, you own the rights to that image. Yeah.
Nice.
At least that's my understanding. I haven't tried to do commercial work with it and had anybody get
You get sued by somebody else who used the same words.
Well, I think if you put the same words over and over and over, it will generate different results. There's a bit of randomization.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It's really funky if you like upload a picture of yourself and say generate variations. It's quite interesting to see the kind of variations. Like, whoa, you think that looks like me? Okay. I don't know in those cases if you upload an image, if they assume it's copyright free and pull it into their art library, or if it's just for you. I don't know. I'd have to check on that. You can also upload an image and erase a section of it, and then give it AI text to tell it how to regenerate that portion of the image.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think this one that I've been using is called labs.openai.com. So if you just search for OpenAI, you can sign up for a free beta account. Anyway, I've had way too much fun playing with it. What would be really cool is if you could, like, in your Strava description, put some words and have a plugin that reads those words, generates an AI image from them, and uploads it as your profile, your image for that Strava ride. I need to write a plugin for Strava. People
like
already are
randomly,
using, yes,
like the randomly generated ride name.
exactly. People at the, what is that? The Bangkok,
Yeah.
Bangkok. Exactly. Except it's, you give it the text to generate it, and it picks. It just asks AI for 4 images, picks one of them, and uploads it. Oh, I think I have another one in my history here that'd be good. Let's see if I can find it. All right, so here was the prompt I gave it. Sprint finish ending to a virtual cycling race World Championship. This one's it's not how I remembered it, but I guess it didn't even get any World Championship bands in there.
I don't need to remember it. Every time I open Twitch, I see it. These 1.8 watt bots, they are really nice.
What would be really interesting to do is take like a Zwift image or an RGT image, upload it, and tell it to generate variations of it, and see how terrible it comes back.
And submit it to support and say that there's something wrong with that.
Something wrong with my image. Oh my gosh. Like the mechanical key caps I bought recently, they were originally intended to be lemon yellow, but apparently once they actually came out of manufacturing from China, they were definitely neon orange, and I think they had originally marketed them as lemon yellow, so they had terrible reviews, and everybody in the reviews said these are not lemon yellow, these are definitely neon orange. And so I ordered them, and the website had said orange, so I got the color I was expecting. And then once I read the reviews, I was really tempted to say, these aren't orange, these are clearly lemon yellow, I want my money back.
One got the bottle dye mixed up.
I wanted orange because I was hoping to make my keyboard Halloween themed. Set the backlight to orange, have a few orange accent keys. Looks good. Question is, what will I do for Thanksgiving? Do you put brown accent keys with orange backlight? Is that Thanksgiving?
Well, your Chinese duck will have to go and turkey instead.
This is the kind of first world problems we have with trying to holiday theme your mechanical keyboard. Right. Over 2/3 of the way done. So there's an interesting current events for work. There's this, I think I told you this, Boofer, about the guy from the Philippines who happened to be in town right when I needed him. Yeah. We were trying to get this thing working from a vendor, and one of their main developers in the Philippines, Rob. And so I had at one point, like, thought about, well, I'm just going to fly to the Philippines to get this thing working. And then I was asking some questions, and it turns out there was a conference in San Jose this week that he had flown to the States for. And so I said, oh, really? Well, why don't you stop by our lab in San Jose and take a look at some stuff?
There you go.
It turns out I got it working the night before he came, but then it allowed me to have him look at it running and to be able to make sure that what they have running matches what we have running, because I'm not quite sure that, I'm not convinced that it's running perfectly stable. Anyway, good stuff. Like, really.
In-person stuff still has a lot of value.
Yeah. Well, he was in person, but I was remote. So he came from the Philippines to San Jose to see the hardware. And then I was in Salt Lake City doing a Teams call with him. And he was pointing at an oscilloscope, and I was sharing my oscilloscope screen. So we just had two separate physical setups we were both using. I guess when the pandemic hit, what they did at this company before I joined was they basically turned a bunch of these like what were like closed offices into like single person lab with a workbench and all this stuff, and then they put a bunch of cameras in there so all their coworkers could basically log into these cameras at different angles and like ask them questions.
Nice. That'd work.
Yeah.
Buddies, get out of my way. All right, nice riding with you. I got to drop off here.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Rob.
Good one.
Cheers.
Have a great day. AC Hughes, thanks for liking the stream. Glad to have you with us. Hope you're having a great day. Got right around 30 minutes remaining. Do you ever get in a state, well, you're retired now, but when you were working, Ufer, did you ever get in a state where you had like this problem that like you really wanted to solve and you didn't have it really solved, but like it was really hard to stop working each day because you just wanted to like keep plowing through and solve it?
Yeah, I had those problems when I worked in development, but that's many years ago. Last job I had was more like a desk job, so in out. Yeah. So I remember it from two periods actually when I was a development engineer, and at some point I was stationed at a test site for GSM phones, where we worked around the clock, and that was stuff like that. If we had a problem, we didn't go home until it was solved.
Oh jeez.
Basically, there was a turnover of like something like $200,000 per test day, so things couldn't be stopped. They just had to be working 24.
Sure.
Well, that was quite fun actually. I mean, you live a different life, but it's hard because there's also quiet times where things are working and you can just take time off. But I was doing some JavaScripting at some point 20 years ago or something.
Okay.
15 years ago. And there I had that. If I had a specific problem, I just couldn't go to bed. I just had to, it would churn in my head. If I went to bed, I'd be working on it in bed. So that had no
you'd be sleeping about it all night. Yeah. Dreaming about it.
But a reward once you get it fixed that you can replace.
Yeah. The aha moment is very gratifying. This particular problem. Good.
It was quite funny with this JavaScripting thing because I would of course search for precedents or help online, and there was a source that was a huge deliverance of solutions, and it turned out to be one of my colleagues who was just like an IT support guy doing nothing special, but in his free time he was like a JavaScript guru.
Blogger. Yeah.
And he was even Danish, so it was that was really weird.
That's funny. The protocol that I'm getting running is an open standard that its first version was ratified in July. So very, very new.
Yeah, that can be. I mean, when I was doing this testing, it was a little bit the same because they would release the GSM standard and then it was more or less supposed to be testable right away, but there was a lot of patching and doing not really the real thing but trying to, and this kind of thing. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. I think it's like 2 more laps now, at least for me. Maybe 2.5 for you, 2.25.
No, 2.5, 17 kilometers. I have. So got back with some 2.7 now, so I go pretty fast.
No draft. Football. Feeling good. How about you, Boofer?
I'm doing fine, especially at this pace.
Yeah. So, something that was interesting was, Meta, the company that owns Facebook. They ran an ad. I forget what show it was during, but it's on TV here in the States. They were running an ad for virtual cycling in the metaverse, and they clearly showed a clip of Zwift in their ad. Like somebody sprint finishing in a Zwift race. I thought,
Yeah, they must have gotten permission for it, so.
or they just don't care. And Zwift is just besides themselves happy that they
That's starstruck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm now at a point that anything that happened that could help enhance virtual cycling is good. So
Exactly.
I basically welcome any development.
Exactly. All right, almost on the last lap. 1K to go on the semi-final lap. Semi-final lap or penultimate lap? Which should we call it?
Oh, I'm not an expert.
I would think they mean the same. Unless I suck at English, which is also a possibility.
It's actually a funny thing with English. There's a lot of Anglicisms in Danish, of course. So checks, which is a piece of paper that you can go to a bank and get money for. It's not very known by young people in Denmark. So The government is now handing out energy checks, heat checks, social checks. But the youngsters are complaining that it should be pronounced check. So because the spelling is the same in Danish as a check, and that you check something. So there's a whole movement to change the pronunciation of check.
Jeez.
But you can't blame them. I mean, if you're 25 today, you've never seen a check.
Right? Is that like Venmo? You probably don't have Venmo over there. Do you know what Venmo is? PayPal, basically. PayPal actually owns Venmo, but it's just a little bit more user-friendly, and a lot of people use it in the States nowadays for paying each other.
Yeah, okay.
It's an app.
No, but yeah, I mean, paper checks went out. Actually, when I moved to the Netherlands 25 years ago, my dad gave me a check in Dutch currency. And it took me half a year to cash it because they had no clue down here what it was.
Well, today a lot of mobile banking applications will allow you to deposit checks with just a picture. Can you do that there?
Yeah, no, I don't think we have that yet. But I'm not the first mover on financial products.
Yeah, the reason they're implementing it is because they're probably finding that most of the money they're spending on bank tellers is to just deposit physical checks. And so if they can write an app to automate it, they pay less salaries to bank tellers.
Yeah, but I mean, physical banks has almost disappeared over here. That's yeah.
It is.
So yeah.
Right.
There's so many apps if you want to transfer money. I mean, the checks used to be nice because in a private transaction, you could transfer money right away with a certain amount of trust, of course, but you always have that. Yep. But now you can do this on your mobile phone.
Yep. I mean, the few times I've had to go into a physical bank, I've been to, like I was trying to open up an account for my 12-year-old son. And there's rules because there's like online rules about being under 13 and child protective laws. So it was actually kind of hard, but we eventually did get one opened where he basically has his own checking account, but I have a login to it as well. He has his own debit card, and he can log into the app and see all the transactions, whatnot. I can transfer money in easily or take money out if I need to.
That's pretty cool. You can have that over here as well. It's called Electron or something. It's a lot of underage pay card of some sort. It's limited in what it can do, but
over here there's every bank has a different service for it, so there's a wide variety of things. Some of them are better than others. So I went into the bank to try to create the account, and they basically said, no, we can't do it. But the teller was like, these other companies can. Go talk to them.
Wow, that's unusual.
She was trying to help me out, and they couldn't. It was very nice of her. I ended up just doing a lot of Googling and watching YouTube videos and found the right system. But one of the things that was a blocker was he had to have his own unique mobile telephone number for two-factor authentication. So we were already planning on getting him a cell phone, but at least in my experience so far, maybe there's other services that don't require that, but we had to have a paid cell phone for him before he could get a checking account.
Yeah, there's a lot of obstacles.
Yeah.
I'm actually having similar issues or different issues, but I used to have a bank account in Denmark because then I could make payments in Denmark without the hassle and currency exchange rates and stuff. But it's just become impossible now because of whitewash rules. Because for them to give me an account, they have to do so many checks that they have to charge me like $200 a year to cover the cost for that, and that's prohibited for me to have the account. So it's so annoying.
The other reason I went into a physical bank was making. I bought a car, and I had to transfer the funds to buy the car. I bought it from an online company, so that had to be a wire transfer, which I had to do in person.
Yeah.
Kind of scary because once you send a wire transfer, there's no safety net. If you send it to the wrong place, sorry, Charlie.
Yeah. I don't know, because we use the IBAN number, so I mean, if you're a little bit dyslexic, you have really to pay attention. I mean, I mean, if you make a mistake, it will be found, of course, by the parity check, but it's still a stress moment.
Yes. So when I was getting ready to buy that car, I had done a bunch of research on this company to see what problems people had buying from them. And there was a guy who had bought a car from them, $60,000 US car. Hey, Robertus, welcome. And he had decided to mail them a cashier's check, which is like they actually take the money out of your account, put it on a piece of paper, send it to the other person, and you have to have that physical piece of paper to get the money released. Well, apparently that cashier's check got lost at this company's headquarters. And then he looked into, so you could like stop payment on the check and say like, never mind. But because there's like, it's backed by insurance and all this, you had to pay like a 2% penalty to stop payment. So it would have cost him like $2,000 to stop payment.
That's awesome.
So he eventually like called the company and made enough of a stink, and they eventually found it. But man, I think he was so upset that he sent the car back, and then they sent him his check, and just the whole thing fell apart. But man, so when I saw that, I was like, I don't want any possibility for humans to lose my money. I'm gonna do a wire transfer and be very, very explicitly clear that I have the routing numbers correct. Because then there's the mail service isn't involved, employees receiving mail aren't involved, no humans. They just type in numbers and it goes, done.
I think you can actually also with large amount over here now, I mean, inside the Netherlands, you can make from every bank in the Netherlands to another, you can make an instant transfer so that you see it on your account immediately. And then you can go to the mail office to transfer ownership. So, I mean, you have to trust each other in that split second.
Yeah.
Where you ask your clerk to transfer but at least that's pretty smooth among privates.
Yeah.
Because buying a used car used to be really dodgy. I mean, you really had to be careful.
For sure. Especially buying a used car online, where you send them all the money and you haven't seen the car yet.
Yeah, wow.
The other reason I went into a physical bank was when buying a house. and making the payment to the mortgage company for the down payment. Well, technically, you make it to the you don't make it to the mortgage company. You make it to the lawyer who does closing.
Yeah, a notary. Yeah.
Yeah, you send it to the lawyer who basically gathers everybody's money, does all the accounting, and then distributes money.
That's the same over here. It's actually a pretty safe system. It's only that it's a little bit expensive because that notary is asking 2% or something.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, but it's an independent third party who's not.
Yeah, it's the
has
only
no
way to do
vested
it.
interest. Yeah.
And I mean, he pays those 2% into an insurance because sometimes when things go wrong, he needs to be covered. Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yes. Well, you didn't make it on the 2 hours again.
No, 2 hours and 30 seconds. I think since we spread the range of the bots to make it more available for everyone, which means the lead group is a bit slower, less people.
Yeah. But people likely appreciate that there's somebody back here.
It's all good. Okay, we're gonna go raid somebody on Twitch. Let's see who it is. Ewan Mackey. That's who we're gonna raid when I'm done here. Of course, I'm gonna surge, be the first one. Of course, why not? Okay. All right, so Twitch, we're gonna go raid Ewan Mackey. Facebook and YouTube, you're gonna get the outro scene. We should be back on later today with some team time trial racing, so come back for more and hope you guys have a fantastic day. Here we go.